So I'm just going to look at these games that we have. And as I mentioned before, if you have a game that you haven't posted yet, but you want us to take a look at it, you can post it in the class chat. But I'm just going to play through these games. So the first one is Nancy's game. And I'll try to talk about the game design a bit. Okay. Looks nice. Okay, so the sloth says, you are finally here. Please help me to deliver this letter to that red letterbox. Appreciate. By the way, watch out for those sheep. Oh, the red letterbox is kind of hidden. Oh, I hate how Itch has these all these fixed links up here because sometimes they hover over the game. Okay. Okay, so I have to go to the sloth. Okay. Okay. Can I get the broccoli? Oh. Oh. Okay, so the sloth is making it hard for me to get past because I can't see. I don't see any pattern with the sheep, so it's going to be hard to get past them, and they seem to be going faster and faster. And I only have one chance. This game is actually very hard, as you said.
Oh yeah, you can restart.
I can restart?
In the middle. Yeah, there is a button in the middle. So.
Oh, do I have to click on it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now, okay, so this makes it easier. Okay, so the sheep are slow. Okay, so the restart button is, oh crap. Oh, I ran into one of the cows. Okay, so, okay, I'm gonna have to restart. Okay, so, I don't really want to talk to the sloth.
There's a restart button?
Yeah.
I never noticed that too when I first played it. I was like, huh.
Yeah, it might be good to do if I hit R, it restarts, because, well, I'm almost there. Okay, don't want to, oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, I won again. Let me refresh this so we don't hear it for a second. Cool, that looks really good. The sheep are really cute, and the sound is nice, and the drawings are really nice. A couple of things. Obviously, it's really good for creating it this semester. So these are just kind of things to consider adding in the future. But the broccolis don't really do anything, so it's kind of confusing. It's
the broccoli actually is for sheep. So if they eat the broccoli, so sheep will become quicker.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wait, let me see if I noticed that.
And also you use in last session, you actually use a little bug. If you move before the sloth talk to you, actually the sheep will just frozen. So yeah, you use a little bug.
Okay, so I see when the sheep gets the broccoli, broccoli disappears. But it doesn't, the sheep are getting so much faster. Do all of the sheep get faster if they hit a broccoli?
No.
Okay. Because the sheep are getting... Go ahead.
If you pay attention, actually there are 3 different kinds of sheep, so...
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Because I think the sheep are just going so fast that when they get the broccoli... that guy just got a broccoli, but it doesn't really look like he's changing. Okay, so the yellow sheep have the legs. And the white... No, they all have legs. That's right. Oh, so you're saying if I just start walking...
Yeah, if you walk before the conversation finished, or if you never just click the enter, then you just use the bug. So, yes.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, so that's one bug.
It's not a bug actually. It's like I designed this
Oh, that's like an intentional.
specifically. Yeah. I designed it intentionally just for someone. If someone find it, yay! You find it the closest way to get them.
Cool. Cool. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so for the broccolis, I noticed that they were disappearing when you mentioned it. But the first time when I was playing, I didn't really, like, I thought I could get something from the broccoli, but then it doesn't do anything. So I think it should be clear somehow that the broccolis are actually there for the sheep.
Can I explain that? So before I played the cat Mario, actually I designed a instruction for the broccoli. It's for the player. But after I played the cat Mario, I just delete that setting. I feel like I just trick you in purpose. So
okay. I think that's good, but I think it's a little bit. So I think that's a kind of an interesting thing to talk about with game design, because the thing with Cat Mario is that it has these things that trick you, but you know that they're happening. And so I think with the broccoli, like, I didn't notice that the sheep were eating the broccoli. I think maybe if the sheep like stops and like munches on the broccoli for a bit, I would notice it more. But because I'm just like, there's so many sheep, I'm really focused on trying to avoid the sheep, that it's kind of hard to understand what's going on with that component of the game. But that's actually a bigger thing that I would talk about with this game, is that so the sheep are really random, which is good because, like, actually, let me. If I draw, you guys won't be able to see it. Let me see. What can I draw on? I can open up Pascal in the browser. You guys will be able to see that. Okay. So let me make a little bit of a bigger window. Okay, so what I'm kind of saying is like, if you have like, so if I'm like, basically like in this game, I'm this little guy and I'm trying to get across to here. And the challenge is avoiding all the sheep that are kind of like coming, in every direction. And so the way it's kind of set up right now, like the sheep can go anywhere. So it's not predictable. Like a sheep could go here, a sheep could go here, a sheep could go here, or like up here. It could go in any direction. And so I can't really plan. Like, I'm just kind of reacting to like, oh, if I go here, but then there's a sheep coming, I'm going to go up here, but then there's this sheep coming over here. Like, there's no real puzzle. It's just kind of like luck and avoiding where the sheep are, because it's completely random. And so when I mean completely random, it's like all the, like, sheep could come from anywhere up here, they could come from anywhere up here, and then they could also go at any different angle, it seems like they could go straight, they can go straight up, straight down, but they can also go at lots of different angles. So I think what you might want to try is randomness but controlled. So for example, sheep might randomly appear like at this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle. And so you don't know which one is going to come, but once they arrive, you kind of know what's going to happen. And so then maybe there's also sheep coming like at these angles. And maybe occasionally there's also sheep that go like this or go like this to add more challenge. But what would be helpful is even if it's a lot of randomness, if there's some like predictability or some logic going on within the randomness, that means that I can plan a little bit more. It's almost like the game Frogger. Like in Frogger, there's like little cars coming across, and the challenge is that like they're going at different speeds, and there's different gaps and there's different amounts of them. And so there is a lot of challenge to it. You kind of have to like plan, like, I'm going to wait and then go here and then wait here for this car to pass, and then I'll go up here. That's how Frogger works. but you can always beat Frogger. Like with your game the way it is now, it's not clear to me that I could always beat it. You know, like if I get stuck for a while over here, like now it seems like pretty beatable. Like, okay, there's a few sheep, I could probably get over there. But then at this point, when there's just like millions of sheep and I get stuck back at the beginning, I'm like, you know, there's no way for me to beat it as it is other than restarting. And so, yeah, I just think like one thing that could help with that is having not just like completely pure randomness of like a sheep could appear anywhere, but some randomness mixed with some patterns, so that even if I can't predict what's going to happen, I can start to create a system in my head for what might happen. Another example of that is like Pac-Man, where the ghosts all have different algorithms that decide how they move. And so even though there's 4 ghosts and you have to avoid all of them at the same time, you can start to notice what their behaviors are. And if you get really good at it, you can make your movements to kind of like optimize what you know their behaviors are. Anyway, all of this is just like me kind of like thinking about what's happening in this game. I think for what it is, it's awesome. Like you shouldn't take this as, I'm not saying that you have to like redo these things, obviously, for the class. I'm just saying like these are things to think about for future versions of the game. But I think there's a lot of the art is really strong and it's really funny. Like it's an enjoyable thing. And I think it's not necessarily bad to be hard, but I think the problem is when you lose that feeling of like, I could beat this if I figure out what the system is, basically. Does that make sense?
Thank you so much for your suggestion.
Cool. But yeah, I like it a lot, and you should keep working on it. It looks good. Okay, let's look at Sludgy. Let's see. Well, I like this intro music. Okay, cool. I can pick up these little eggs and hearts. Going towards Cat Town. I guess this will hurt me if I go over it. No, it's not gonna hurt me.
Actually, if you like touch the cheese, it just dies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I thought it was funny. If you touch it, it just melts.
Oh, okay.
It was supposed to block the way, but you could just walk through and wander.
Yeah, I think because maybe for the obstacles, they don't actually block the player because they're just areas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could change the collider. If you're not using that script, you could change the collider. So it's instead of an area 2D, you would want a static body 2D. So that'll actually prevent the player from going through. Oh, if I hold...
Yeah, you could like jump and but only on that surface.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Even if it's supposed to be water.
Yeah. Not sure why that's the case, but that's okay. I like these trees. Okay, let's look at this cat guy over here.
The dialogue, I changed it and it was working, but it doesn't work when I
it's not working.
it again. Yeah.
Okay, we can take a look at that. It may have just be missing one of the settings. So let's get these eggs. Looks cool. All right, nice work. I really like the art for this. And let's fix the dialogue so we can see what that is, because we saw a little bit of that video before, I think. So That's good, but let's fix it in the game. It's a little confusing that it says Cat Town is this way, but the only cat, or what this looks like the only cat in the game. But that's okay. Maybe that's like throwing us off. And yeah, this looks good. Nice work. Cool, yeah, and you could definitely add in some more of the cheese guys. Oh, the dialogue is about the cheese guys, so that's kind of leads us over there. Okay, yeah, now I remember. Cool. So yeah, I think there's a couple things to fix here, like the player animations maybe need to be reset somehow, and then the dialogue. But this is a really nice start. I like all the animations and the graphics that you're working with. And yeah, looks good. Nice work. All right. Let's check out the Among Us customs. Oh, this music is a bit louder. Cool, so this is setting up different Among Us outfits and characters. I like the different colors. Oh, it looks like the white Among Us got lost somehow. I like this one is like camouflage basically with the background. Cool, I like this orange. Let's stick with that. And look at the hats. Is that like a... It looks like a bow tie, but it's more like a cat ears or something. It's a heart guy. Oh, is that like a cap and gown, like for graduation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Alright, let's go with that for our hat. Let's look at these accessories. Nice. Cool, so it's like an angel and sunglasses. What is this last one?
It's supposed to be fairy wings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go with the sunglasses. And then we have some weapons. I like the skateboard. And is that a broom?
Yeah, it's a broom.
Cool. I'm gonna go with a skateboard. And then we have a little Among Us or a cat for a pet. Alright, I'm gonna go with the cat. Nice. Cool. Nice work. So I like how this is like kind of a different direction from a lot of the games, just like focusing on UI stuff and making kind of a fun game where you can change all the different graphics and try out different combinations. I can swap in these different parts. Oh, this is a really cool project. It's very different from any other projects that I've seen come out of this class, so that's pretty exciting to see people taking things in different directions and trying out different things. And it's fun. It should have like an export feature where I can like save my my character. I don't actually know. I'm assuming you could do that in Godot, but I've never done that before, but that would be kind of a fun feature to add if you keep working on it, like a button where you can make like a little avatar that you can use, you know, for like Discord or, you know, whatever type of avatar you would want. But yeah, very nice work.
This reminds me of playing Breath of the Wild when I was like really young and I story my dad put it on virus
Sorry, Sonora, I can barely hear you. It's very distorted.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying this is cool. It reminds me of playing like dress up games online and destroying my dad's computer with viruses when I was very young.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually, the first game company that I worked at when I was out of college made browser-based games, and a lot of them, I didn't work on any that were exactly like this. Like I worked on a lot of more like kind of puzzle games, but there were a lot of games that the company made that had this kind of similar, like it was stuff that would be like on your homepage and stuff like that, and you could do kind of fun things like that. To the ones that we already have. Okay, so this is Jordan's game. We're going to fix the menu later, but we have the main game scene, so we can take a look at that. Okay. Cool. I like how densely layered everything in this game is. It looks really cool. We may want to prevent me from dying over here, because I can probably die. Yeah. So we have to put a little blocker or something there.
Like a large what is it? Collision? Like
Yeah.
a large invisible collision block.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, is that a bad guy?
No, that's supposed to be like one of the NPCs, but the dialogue didn't connect in with it. So I was like, oh.
Oh, that's a bad guy. Uh-oh. Oh, am I dead?
You're just supposed to take 1 damage, but then for some reason the screen just cuts while everything moves around. So I was like, oh.
Okay, so I have to be careful. So some of the trees I can go on, but some of them I can't. Yeah. So I think one of the issues is that you're getting some bugs for things that are supposed to be connected to the scene manager, but aren't. So that's one thing that I think should be an easy fix. If you just connect everything to the scene manager, it won't throw errors. Or if you don't need the scene manager, you can just get rid of it. Because you don't have like the UI set up. So if you want to set up the UI, then you need the scene manager to communicate with like what should be on the UI. But if you don't need that, then you might not need a scene manager at all. In which case you could, well, you still need the scene manager to connect to like the number of player lives you have and stuff like that. So maybe just deleting some of the metrics code would be better in that case. It's kind of hard to get past this guy. I'll try a couple more times. Okay. I can jump pretty high. Oh, but I get stuck on this tree. Can I stand? Oh, here we go. Okay, I can stand on this tree. So that's a tricky part, is I can stand on some trees, but not others. And I'm assuming I can stand on that tree that has the guy on it, but I can't. Okay, so now I'm gonna get stuck. Is that guy gonna hurt me? Uh-oh. Yeah, shit. So there's 2 different types of enemies, so that's cool. Okay, so we need some kind of visual distinction for trees that will block me and that I can stand on versus trees that will not block me and that I can't stand on. Because otherwise I just have to guess, and that is a little bit tricky. Okay, so now I can jump over this guy here, and now I need to jump over this guy. Can I get up here? Okay, this guy. Okay, so now I can kind of see which trees. So that tree is like kind of squashed. Okay, so maybe I just need to get used to it. Okay, can I jump? So those trees kind of have 2 effects. One is if they're above me, I can't jump high enough to, oh man, I can't jump high enough to get past the bad guys, but I also need them to get over some of the bad guys. So that's kind of cool that they kind of are both an obstacle and a benefit in some cases. Okay, so let me go. Don't. Oh, crap. Oh, I got hit by that other tree. Okay. All right, one more try. So this looks really cool. I really like how dense it is. And it is kind of cool that it's like a little bit messy. Like it is hard to kind of see where everything is, and there's all these different layers and stuff, and that kind of gives it like a very unique look. Okay, can I? Oh yeah, I can go on this tree. Okay, I'm slowly figuring out where I can land. Okay, this guy's not coming this far. So I need to get past him and get to that tree over there. Can I stand on here? Yes. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So I'm pretty close to the end, I think. But I'm gonna stop there. This is a little tricky. But it's a really good start. I really like the graphics. I think there's a lot of good gameplay ideas in here. It is just a little bit messy. So yeah, a couple things that that would help me as a player are some visual cue that tells me which trees I can stand on and which I can't. Even if it's pretty subtle, eventually I'll figure it out, and that'll really help me figure out how to get past the enemies without dying. And then just some other basic stuff, like obviously there's a bunch of bugs that we need to fix, but that happens all the time. That you know, we can fix those. But sound would really help here. Like it would really help me with like understanding what's going on, if there's like some sound when I land on stuff or when I'm jumping and stuff like that. That would be pretty helpful. But yeah, this is looking really good. Nice work on this so far. So, okay, let's see. Paris published a build. So let's take a look at that. And then we'll see. We're almost out of time for class.
Figure out if there's anything I can do to.
Oh, it
Did
looks
that
like
crash?
both of these.
Oh wait, it work now.
Yeah. I'm going to close these other windows so that my browser is not doing too much work. Okay. All right, so now we've started. Is there sound on this?
No, I need to definitely work on the sound. I didn't go into that just yet.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't that the browser wasn't playing it. Cool.
That's the checkpoint. So like now.
Oh, okay, that's a checkpoint.
You'll spawn on there.
Nice.
I need to fix that rock. Oh, that's weird that it's not showing the dialogue. You must have broke.
Well, it wasn't showing the dialogue in Christina's game either, so I wonder if, or I mean, Erica's game.
Exporting it might be not.
Yeah, there may be an
bringing that
issue
along.
with exporting Dialogic. Let me see if there's any errors. So that's okay. You don't have to make a web build. Okay, so we got the checkpoint. Here's a big jump. Oh. Oh, I have to hold space. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay, cool. I feel like this mountain.
That kind of leads to a dead end right now. That's
Oh,
like
okay.
an optional side area that doesn't go anywhere just yet.
Okay. I see. So I can't make it up to that cliff.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Okay.
I think I might have messed up in placing some of the platforms.
That's okay.
There's like a path below too. I have like a couple other paths that you can go down, like down there and up there.
Okay. Oh, cool hand. That looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get away from this. It looks really nice. The mountain is moving really fast. That part is a little confusing.
Yeah, I need to fix the parallax. I need to look up more about like the parallaxing and stuff because the speed of that was a bit weird.
Yeah, I think if you just make the speed slower, it'll look good. Because it does look cool. It's just kind of like unrealistically fast.
Yeah.
Okay, these look like they're gonna hurt me. Oh no, they're not.
Oh wow, they're supposed to. I don't know what happened there. Huh.
But I can't get up
Interesting.
here.
Yeah, you
Oh, that's where I started. Okay,
yeah.
so let's see. Keep going. Oh. This guy seems to be glitching a little bit.
Yeah, the enemies, I don't think they take too well to like to the slopes and stuff just yet. I need to work on their movement.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, shoot. I forgot to turn off invincibility for the player character. That's why.
Oh, it can't hurt me.
That's why they can't hurt you. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I didn't really connect. There's way more past there, but I was kind of building out, but I didn't actually connect it just yet. So, like, if I show it in like the Godot, you probably see like where I was
Yeah.
going with the pathing. But yeah, I forgot. Like, I was just trying to quickly show off, I guess, like at least like the mechanics of the game and the movement and stuff.
Yeah. No, this is
The
good.
respawning on ledges and that stuff that you helped me with.
Yeah. No worries. This looks really good. The animations are really nice, especially for the character. Like, it looks very realistic, and there's a lot of nice movement. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the rest of it is going to look like.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep working on it just because it's been really cool just like to like research and come up with ideas and
Yeah.
animate stuff. So yeah, it's been cool.
Cool. Yeah, it looks good. The one thing I would say based on just the gameplay right now is the scale is like a little tricky. So like there's a lot of points where you know, just like basically I can't see where I'm going and if something is going to happen or not. So that's something I would keep in mind as you're playing it and testing it is it should be maybe not clear what I need to do next all the time, but it should be clear like what I can do. So like oh, it's still loading. Give it just a second.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like I was trying to get like the camera to move certain ways to where like you could see more of like what's below you, so you can like see like when you're falling, what you're falling towards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of had the camera um offset like to be like downwards, but it seems like it doesn't really stick when I do things like jump, like the like it
Okay.
resets like back to like focus on the player and not be like below the player a bit. You
Yeah.
can see like the player's directly in the center, but when I was messing with it on like the debug, it was not it was more like downwards, like below the character, which I wanted you to be able to see like where you're dropping to or like what's
Yeah.
below you so you have an idea of what you can do. But
Yeah.
I need to
I'm sure
mess
you
with
can figure that out
camera.
and we could go over some stuff for that. Because I think there's ways to fix that. But yeah, I think like up until this point, there's always like something that I can see that I'm like, oh, okay, what happens if I go up here? And you can see like the natural progression is just to be like, okay, so I can either go straight or I can go up, but I'm probably going to try to go up before I go straight just because it's like more interesting. And then here is where I'm kind of like, oh, there's nothing to go. Like I can kind of see that this is like a ledge, so I might be able to guess that there's something down here, but there's nothing that like guarantees that, you know, I'm going towards something. So unless there's like something that tells me, unless there's some reason for me to think it's worth jumping off this ledge, it looks like too dangerous to just like jump off. So just like little things like that, like I'm sure you'll start to notice it more when you're playing, like especially like you know, seeing somebody else play the game like I am now, you'll see what people kind of just like naturally do as they're playing the game. So that's a good thing to kind of test for and be aware of. But it looks great, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. So cool. Thank you for updating this, and yeah, it looks really good. Just keep working on it, and you know, I'm happy to keep going over stuff in the future if you have more questions and stuff.